Hello, and welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast. I'm your host, Adrian from A League of Her Own.
I'm Mr. Enfuego, the co-host.
Thank you guys so much for joining us again this week. World Series, what a start. What a start. A lot of people I've been talking to were like, oh, Astros, Phillies, yay, how exciting, like that kind of sarcasm. And that has got to be one of the best World Series start offs I've seen. You got Verlander starting off, and I'm thinking, you're thinking in the first two innings, I was like, all right, here we go. Astros gonna sweep. Here we go. And then the Phillies delivered.
They said, no, not today. We got something else in mind.
Oh my God, did they ever? I don't even know where to start or end on this. I got to tell you, I was just ecstatic when they were coming back. When it got tied 5-5. I mean, Aaron Nola, I was feeling for him, and then they started to light up Verlander a little bit. Did not realize that Verlander's ERA in postseason games is like 6.02 or something like that.
Yep, the highest in history.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that. He doesn't have a World Series win, like game one. And another surprising statistic I found out there. And give it up for my man JT Realmuto. I'm super excited about him for a number of reasons. You think about we had a conversation about catchers a couple pods ago, I think, and he's starting to really develop a name for himself, where he's one of the greats, where you can start talking about him with along with Mike Piazza. They showed a statistic, I think, in the World Series game last night, talking about, I don't know if it was most. Oh, what was it? Home runs to win the game? I think it was home runs to win the game. The next person on the list was Carlton Fisk. What a name to be next to there.
Yeah, Hall of Famers. I mean,
so
that's not a regular thing.
No, not
but
at all.
Just to touch back on your Verlander starter, here's another fun fact for you. He started in at least one postseason game in the last 3 decades.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because what I have his rookie card is that 2008 is his top rookie card, I think. That's crazy.
So he started in the 2000s, between 2010 and 2019, and now 2020 and above.
Wow, cool. And don't get me wrong, Justin Verlander's a beast, but I was watching whose live stream was I watching the other day? He was talking about if they can beat Verlander, then they've got a chance to win this World Series. And they definitely, I mean, talk about two teams that are just playing their absolute best. Did you see that? I don't know if it was probably in the highlight reel at the very least, but I did see where Jose Altuve got on there. I think it was the ninth where he stole second base. And I mean, that throw, they had to replay it. It was that close. What, perfect throw, perfect slide. Everything was just so crisp, so perfect. Everything you want out of a baseball game.
It really was. I mean, granted, it started off a little slow, but then you had Tucker with his solo shot early in the second. Then he goes deep again for another 3 runs. So after his second home run, in my mind, I thought, okay, so the Astros are going to take this one. Yeah. But after that, I mean, Phillies had other plans, like I mentioned earlier. I mean, once they started out, and I like how they did it, because normally you have a lot of teams that when they're in this position, automatically they're talking about going for the knockout punch early in the game. Okay. Phillies, they actually play decent baseball, get people on base, rotate them around, And I think through that method, granted, it took them to the bottom of the ninth to actually take the lead with that solo shot from Real Muto. I mean, it was smart. It was long and painful, but at the end of the day, they walked away taking game one.
All right. So just real quick, because I just see somebody, I've got some corrections and I want some people I want to say hello to in the chat. First of all, thank you all that are here tonight. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Hopefully you're subscribed. I got in the pinned comment, Mr. Enfuego's info. Make sure you're subbing my man here. Verlander's rookie card is actually 2005, 2006. Thank you, Canada. Appreciate that. Also, Talking Braves mentioned Verlander is going to be a free agent coming up this next season.
He is.
So that'll be interesting. I'm thinking me and Mr. Enfuego were just dabbling about for next week's episode, talking about, we'll be talking about the results, what's happened with the World Series should be wrapped up by then. And obviously we're going to get into the big plays of the off season and things of that nature. So that will be Verlander will probably be in that conversation. Let's say what's up to JG50, Lock-In, Diamond Princess, Victor, Mary, Boggs, Ray, Dave, Fraylin. If I missed anybody, I am sorry. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out today. Game 2 is underway now. Of course, me and Mr. Enfuego kind of got that going in the background. We're still 0-0.
Yep.
We got Valdez pitching tonight. He's another beast.
Yes, he is.
Zach Wheeler is actually my favorite pitcher on the Phillies. So this will be fun tonight. So yeah, Rhys Hoskins have a game. Kyle Tucker have a game. 2 home runs and Jeremy Pena showed up again for the Astros. So I loved it. I loved every second of it. I watched some of it last night while I could. I was at work, so I had to click in and out, watch the highlights again today, and just made me very excited about baseball. I love that feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving on, let's get into our next topic. There was the first banner I was supposed to put up. Welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast. Forgot to put that up. Here's the World Series topic. Now, let's get into the update on the tag grading company. This morning, I dropped a video with basically the first half of the submission process that Mr. Enfuego and I are partaking in with the tag grading company. Again, we're not affiliated with them in any way whatsoever. We just found these guys on the internet doing our hobby research, and just Mr. Enfuego wanted to give them a try, and he dragged me into it because I discovered this week what a grumpy old lady I am. Like, I had an epiphany. I had my aha moment this week with another topic we're going to get into today, where I realized that I'm getting to that age where I'm getting stuck in my ways. And I was like kind of surprised by that. Like, oh my God, like we all have what we grew up on and ways we collected and what we did with our cards and who we graded with. And with everything new that comes out. And I know I've seen a lot of other channels talk about this and do this, where we just want to automatically see a new company come out with a new idea and be like, that sucks. That's garbage. That's stupid. You're going to fail. That's so negative. So negative.
Yeah.
I'm wiping that away. It's going away. It's going away. And I think if you guys check out that video, Mr. Fuego, just put it in the comments there. This company has been working hard for 10 years to get their patents, to get their stuff dialed down. And they still have a long way to go, but they are providing information constantly on what they are doing. So the tag grading company, the technical authentication, I got it that time.
There you go.
All computer animated. That's how they grade their cards. They have a system on their website where your cards, when they're graded, they will put a scan of your card up and show you where the card got dinged. Their slabs are completely translucent. They're super clear. The writing on them is etched in. They've got hobby standard grading. They've got their own standard of grading. So there's 2 different numbers on there. They've got the barcode or the QR code, excuse me, to scan with your phone to get straight to the information on that card. I'm impressed, and I'm hoping the best for them. So in the video, you'll see the 10 cards that me and Mr. Infuego sent in. We talked about that last week here on the show. The submission package they sent to me, which I was way impressed with. Like I've had lunch coolers that are in worse shape, like brand new, than what I got from them. I mean, the Velcro, the nice like sleeve, all the grading sleeves with the.
I mean, I had to watch your video twice. That's how good the stuff was, and it's just.
Yeah. I know. It was really. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
I got all the cards submitted in. It's back off to Tag Grading down in Los Angeles. I did email or message them. I was trying to figure out if the clock starts the day that the thing is scanned at FedEx or when they get it. I haven't got a response back from them yet, but I will keep you guys updated on that. We put in a 30-day submission. They're down in Los Angeles. I'm here in Southern Oregon, so I'm thinking 30 days or less, just based off other research I've done on them with other people that have done submissions. And
because I don't know, depending on how this process goes, this may be my new go-to for submissions going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited about. I'm excited about them. So I'm, definitely, at least I do like to kind of mix it up. They'll definitely be put in the rotation for me, if nothing else. The prices were right.
Mm-hmm.
There, links to everything about tag grading was in my video, and a step-by-step process. And if anybody has any questions ever, don't hesitate to put a question here in the comment. My email is in the description. If you've got links to Mr. Infuego stuff, I'm sure he feels the same way. You guys can get a hold. We've got our Instagram stuff up here. You can message us on Instagram.
We're open books here. Ask away.
Yes, please. So, with that being said, Tag Grading Company. I'm going to skip. I don't feel like the order I did this was right. I'm going to skip on because we were talking about new companies and new things and not, slamming them down and everything. That brings us to the Arena Club. All right. The Arena Club, ladies and gentlemen, is another company that Mr. Infuego kind of introduced me to this week. And I think I instantly sent him the eye roll emoji before I did any research, per usual.
Yes,
and then I realized that I was a grumpy old lady, and he told me. So I won't lie, this got me more interested in looking into it more. This is a company that Derek Jeter is backing because Derek Jeter is in on the hobby now. Derek Jeter is a collector. He likes to collect sports cards. He likes baseball cards, and he is backing this company. And who doesn't love Derek Jeter? He's awesome. He's such a cool guy.
I love me some Jeter, but okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a nosedive into this Arena Club.
Yeah, let's do it.
The company kicked off unofficially November of last year. Okay. However, both Derek Jeter and a guy by the name of Brian Lee, who happens to be a renowned entrepreneur, he's got collaborations with other companies, with individuals like Jessica Alba, Kim Kardashian, not saying her name is worth much, but just throwing that out there. And based off of what I read, Brian Lee happens to be an avid collector as well. And between Jeter and himself, they decided to come up with this concept of getting into the grading business. Now, I don't know how you in the audience and you, Adrian, feel about it, but according to what I've read and what I've seen, Arena Club is a one-stop shop. Okay, so they do your buying, they do the selling, they trade, and they even grade. So automatically it sounds good because if you really think about it, if you got somebody who's new into the hobby, okay, if I want to buy cards, I'm gonna have to go to eBay, I'm gonna have to go here, I'm gonna have to go there. Now, if I want to sell, just go to the same places, just in reverse. Then you got, okay, I want to get this stuff slabbed, whatever the case may be. Okay. But now, some of the things that I did find interesting about Arena Club is their grading services is a combination of both computer and human. I don't really know how to feel about that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're taking the PSA and Beckett approach by vaulting your cards as well after grading. Now, one thing that I did like is I can take my PSA or my Beckett slabs or whatever company I decided to slab with, and Arena Club will actually vault them for me. So, and as of right now, that is a free service until further notice, is what I'm understanding. They actually take a sports card investor approach too, because they have a market price for the cards going on as well. Um, have you had a chance to look at their slabs?
I did look at their slabs. I went over the site. There was a video that 502 Frank did. I sent you. I linked that in the description as well. I thought he did a really good rundown on it. The slabs look online. They didn't wow me. They didn't look awful. But they didn't wow me.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just shoo them off. I always want to see that sometimes stuff in person is completely different than what it looks like online. When I went through, when you originally sent this to me, and I was like, oh, another grading company, but it's much more than a grading company. And this was my thought of, the hobby. If we want the hobby to stay new and exciting things have to happen. I can't just be like, no, that's not going to work. People have tried to do that before. I like the idea where they're going with this. Now, the vault thing, when I hear the vault thing, it doesn't appeal to me at first. I like having my cards. However, if I'm selling these cards, it's
that's when it'll work in your benefit.
Yeah, I don't have to store it at home. I know they've got it, protected. I know that it's going to be seen by a lot of people in there. They're growing. They've got
They actually allow you
ComC kind of thing going with it. I feel
now the good thing about it is they allow you to develop a showroom for whatever you have vaulted there also.
Yeah, and you can trade. I believe you can also trade.
Yes, you can.
So it was kind of a cool idea to me, where you can go, you can send things to get graded. You can get your cards back. You can pick and choose. You can get some back. You can keep some there. Things that you have the whole showroom where you show off all your cards and stuff like that, and you can buy, you can sell, you could trade. It started sounding a little bit more appealing to me, a little bit more fun. We have to think about when it's the hobby stuff. You got to think about how it would be fun. And if you got stuff that you're wanting to sell and stuff like that, and you how card collecting gets.
It does.
I got stuff all over the place. I need to sort this and put this away there. And there's always piles everywhere. So to have them safely somewhere, and you can view online ones that you're selling and stuff like that.
And the vaulting, it's actually under surveillance 24/7 too, in a air-cooled room per the website. And I dropped the website in the chat if you are interested in checking it out. But since we kind of put them on this pedestal now, could we go ahead and take them off now? I got a few things.
Oh yeah.
For every pro, there's a con.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so here's my gripes. Okay. They're talking about they want to do things bigger and better, right? Number one, have you had a chance to look at their grading system? What is the difference between a perfect 10 and a gem 10?
I'm imagining it like the BGS kind of thing where there's the pristine.
That's the approach that they're taking, but I mean, is it really necessary? I mean, I don't even like the way BGS does it either, because in my mind, gem mint, that's cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. Now, here's another thing. How long is this company going to stay afloat knowing that one of the co-founders does not have a business background? And by co-founder, I mean Derek Jeter himself. Look how, and I don't want to sound like I'm roasting the guy. Okay. I mean, he played on my favorite team. Got to give him that. However, if that's what you've done and what you've known for 20 plus years, stick to what you know. What do you know about running a company as intricate and detailed as in sports cards? Now, yeah, I get it. He has a collection himself that both him and his partner, Mr. Lee, actually advertised at Yankee Stadium, presenting to the world the Arena Club name and everything, and that it's going to be kicking off. But really, what do you know about the market with cards? What do you know about marketing, grading, and things? For all we know, yeah, you're representing Arena Club, but who's to say that you don't send all your stuff to your competitor, for example?
Fair.
I mean,
fair point.
The way they're going, it sounds good about the approach that they're taking, but the question now is, for how long?
For how long? Okay. I'm not gonna speak for Derek Jeter, of course, but my guess is, I mean, he knows that just having his name involved is very, very beneficial for the company.
His name was involved with the Marlins.
Well, the Marlins.
He threw his hands up on that one quick.
I'm not going to get into. I won't get into that one. I won't get into that one. That's fair. But having his name involved is going to get people to look at it. From there, I'm hoping the co-founder, the other people involved, I'm sure that they're the ones that are doing all the marketing ideas, things of that nature. So hopefully this isn't just, a cash grab. Hopefully there are people involved that love the hobby and love doing this, and they're trying to come up with and invent a new way to be involved in the hobby, a new way to look at things, stuff for the future, because everything technical, and kids, young guys and gals, kids, all I'm growing up doing that. It's going to be different than what we grew up with. And
yeah, I mean, so what I'm looking at, I'm on the website now. I'm on their site now, and they have an 8-man and woman team. So there's 3 co-founders, 3 board members, and 2 board advisors.
Okay.
So with Brian Lee saying that he is into collecting as well, hopefully with his experience, it will somewhat keep the company afloat. I'm not saying Jeter is a complete, moron or idiot in regards to how to operate, because I'm sure he's a smart guy,
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully by sticking around with these entrepreneurs who have dabbled in all types of businesses and everything like that, he could learn a couple of tips to the trade and actually apply it in making sound decisions that will better the company versus, we have a cleanup in aisle 3, if you will.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed. I hope I always for any new company coming up, I always hope for the best. I hope we got good intentions. I'm scrolling through the website right now. Really you go down to the browse by category. It's just a fun website. It's cool. They Derek Jeter's SP Upper Deck SP rookie card is on the picture they show for baseball. They got a Ja Morant downtown from Panini One for basketball. Yeah. It's just it looks cool, and they've got everything on here: baseball, basketball, football, hockey, golf, soccer.
A little bit of everything.
There's everything. Entertainment, even. They've got the Pop Century card. I mean, it's shoot. So hopefully we'll be looking probably more into that in the future after we get our results.
And kind of like what you said, do a little more research. Who knows? We might get a little business done with Arena Club too.
Yep. Might as well I feel like that's one of the only ways to really truly know.
Yeah.
Is to actually put in a submission. I love dealing with customer service. I love to see how fast they get back to me, how they get back to me, things like that. So definitely something cool and new to look to in the future. Definitely. And if anybody has any questions or comments about the Arena Club, please let us know.
Yeah, I mean, if you've dealt with them, go ahead and drop your experience in the comment, just so that we know what we're getting ourselves into. I do know that one of our community members, Huddle's card collection, he said that his son actually worked for the company.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, actually, Huddle, when he was writing those comments, that's what made me he wrote some interesting things. That what made me
the whole more you see what we see.
Yeah, I wanted to do a deeper dive because Huddle, I respect his opinion. I know he's a card collector like us, and if he saw good things in it, then I'm sure I will too. So I really appreciated him letting us know his thoughts on that.
Yep.
All right. You ready for the next topic, my man?
I don't know.
I know you seem like you're in such a good mood right now. I don't want to.
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be nice.
Really fun one. Really fun topic to talk about next, guys. I think I saw a video on YouTube or this week, whatever. Somebody was talking about something they purchased, a card they purchased that they regretted. And I'm like, ooh, what a fun one to talk about. Cause we all have hobby regrets.
Yes, we do.
All have those cards that we spent money on that were like, oh, dang. Or we sold that usually it's probably more that route for me. There are cards that I sold to make a buck, to buy more cards to open, to get more base cards in my collection, because apparently I don't have enough of those.
Right.
There's hobby regrets. Mr. and Fuego and I are going to talk about five each of our top regrets in the hobby. How should we do this? You go one, I don't go one. Should I do all five? Should you do all five?
Go ahead and do all five. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
All right. You want to go first, my man?
No, ladies first on this one.
Ladies first. All right. This first one, I thought I'd ease myself into it. So this first one is definitely a card I regretted purchasing, but it actually benefited me in the end, but I think a lot of you will understand. The year was 2019. About 2018 was when I started getting back in the hobby. I've been a baseball fan my whole life, but there's sometimes where I've been really into it and sometimes where it's just keeping up on some highlights, no big deal. I'm really getting back into baseball 2019. It's the ALCS, the Yankees and the Astros. And I'm watching the game and I'm like, I think it was the one, whoever wins this game is going. And Jose Altuve steps up to bat against Aroldis Chapman. And he blasts a home run to win the game. And I just remember the look on Chapman's face while he was going on the base. And I remember getting those chills. Got goosebumps all over my arms. I'm like, man, Altuve, man, that guy is a beast. That's so awesome that I'm on my couch watching the game. I'm on my phone. I buy in his rookie cards, the 2011 Topps update card, where he's like this. I'm like, yeah. So I get that card in the mail. And I was just, at that time, I'm like just getting into the grading game. And I'm all excited. So I order this card and I get it. And I'm like, wow, this card looks perfect. It's perfect. And I send it into PSA, and I got a 10 on it. And I was so excited. I was like, I'm keeping this one in the collection. Oh, yeah, this is Jose Altuve rookie card. Did you see what he just did? He's amazing. He whatever. And then the trash cans came out. And
Yeah.
And I was just, it hurt my soul. How could you do this to us? You know, and as soon as more information, the more things got out about the whole trash can scandal and all that stuff. And I know, he says that he wasn't involved in it or whatever. He's still a leader on that team. And it just, I regretted ever even buying the car. I sold that, I sold it, I made a profit because, I bought it raw, got it graded, got 10, sold it, made money. But that's a regret of mine. I'm buying the Jose Altuve rookie card. And I know some people, he is a great ball player, don't get me wrong, but at that time with everything that was going on, it just, bad taste in my mouth, and I just didn't want it.
Yep.
Yeah. So similar, about the same time I started all the grades, I was like really got into this whole idea of like, I loved buying raw cards and taking a gamble and then sending them in to get them graded and see what happens. I did buy the Bryce Harper rookie card, the 2012. Is that update series? But the screaming one, the one where he's screaming, not the leg up one, but the screaming one.
I think that's the update series.
Update series, okay. And I got it. Another one I sent in and got it graded, and it was a 10. And I think I got, I got into this groove where I was getting like buying the cards raw, cheap, 10, selling them. Got a little bit too much in the flipping thing that I don't think I have any. I don't have any Bryce Harper rookie cards now. I don't think. I might, but I don't think I do. And I did sell that one, and I do wish I still had that. I really like Bryce Harper. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. He's definitely had an interesting career. So
yes, he has.
I got like swept up in the whole buying raw, getting it graded, flipping, because it was really quite the thing there in 2019.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to get so much crap for this next one. I pretty much sold every single Shohei Ohtani rookie card I had. Like when he got injured, the whole Tommy John thing, and then he came back and he wasn't playing that great. Like I was not a Shohei Ohtani believer in the beginning. I'm so ashamed of myself. But I was like, he got hurt and he came back, and I'm like, and I was like, this guy isn't gonna be able to pitch and bat. Like nobody does that.
Right.
Nobody does that. So I pretty much sold everyone I had, and then later I bought pretty much everyone I had back for more money. So that sucked. But hey, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
All right, that was number 3 for me. I was the biggest Trevor Bauer fangirl. I loved him. I love Trevor Bauer. I religiously watched his YouTube channel, Momentum. Everything, the guy, like, he always talked about not being a great athlete and how hard he showed in his YouTube, how hard he worked to get where he was.
Mm-hmm.
I even still have them here. I know there was a brief time where I was cutting his cards up on my YouTube channel, when I did breaks and stuff like that. I'm not doing that anymore. Anything else I have, there's somebody in the community I think collects Trevor Bauer, and I've been saving them for him. But so I do have some of his rookie cards here still, and everything that happened with Trevor Bauer like hurt me in a very personal way, and so that was a regret for me. I spent a lot. Well, I bought a lot of Trevor Bauer stuff. He wasn't, pictures. It is what it is. And not very expensive. Usually, they're not super sought after. But I was getting a pretty good Trevor Bauer collection, and I do regret.
That's a good question, Fraylin.
Yeah.
Is Trevor going to come back? We don't know.
Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I actually think he will come back because if all the legal stuff gets, it was shown he was not guilty and all that stuff. I imagine there's going to be a team out there that'll need him. He's a good pitcher. There's going to be a team, if the MLB lets him back in as well. There's a lot of different variables.
I mean, didn't they do this? Didn't Matt Harvey go through somewhat the same thing?
Yeah, but Matt Harvey was convicted, I believe. He was the one that was giving the stuff to Skaggs, right?
Yeah. They're saying that he was responsible for that.
Yeah, so and I think I don't know if he's doing jail time or it's probably like a community service. He did not get exonerated on that, so I don't see him coming back. Trevor Bauer, that girl was just as bad as he was. So
yeah,
I don't think legally I think he was found innocent and everything like that. So there's a chance he comes back. There's a lot of players that don't want their families around him and things of that nature.
Right.
So it's hard to bring somebody like that into your ball club. It's going to bring a lot of issues and stuff. So either way, with Trevor Bauer,
wishing the best for him.
I wish him the best, but I do regret buying your cards. Okay, my last one is not necessarily a card, and it's so funny because my husband brought this up to me today. But like when I was getting back in, you could still buy 2018 update like for a reasonable price, and I had lots of blaster boxes. I think I bought a hobby box. This is before everything got cray. And my husband told me, he's like, don't open all that. Save some of those. Well, I have a problem. And I didn't save any sealed 2018 Topps update. And I had a little bit of it. And I opened all. I just ripped it open like a mad woman. So excited to get my Glaber Torres rookies. No, I got some Acuñas in there. I probably got some of the Shohei Ohtanis that I sold. This is why I can't have nice things. My husband does not collect Boggs. My husband's a very avid outdoorsman, so he is very supportive in my addiction, as I'm supportive in his addictions. He always looks, he knows the deal. He'll when he goes like to Walmarts or stuff like that, he'll send me pictures and stuff like that. But he doesn't collect. He's he's a Seattle Mariners fan, like as much as he's into baseball. Right. Kyle Seager was his favorite player.
Okay.
Let him work that. He likes to tell me every time the A's play how crappy they are. So there's that. All right. Those were my 5 regrets. Hobby regrets. Mr. Fuego, I am dying to hear yours.
Okay. Since you're bending up my arm, I'm going to start small and then work to my big one. Okay. So I initially started collecting in 85, got out of it in 87, got back into it when I joined the military in 99. Now,
cool.
The first thing that I wanted to get my hands on was a Griffey rookie from Upper Deck. So ended up going to a card show that at the time my wife was helping me look for. So we went down to a card show one night, and I actually found a graded PSA 9 Griffey, and I think I paid like, I forgot what it was. Okay, I think it was like maybe 150, 175, something like that. And I was still relatively wet behind the ears when it comes to PSA and the dollar value and everything. So there was this forum that I was a part of. It was called cardboard collection or something like that. Anyway, I posted a picture of the Griffey on there, and somebody was basically telling me that that was a waste of money, that I should have never dove into it, that he is willing to do me the favor and take it off my hand, and that he was willing to pay $80.
Ugh.
And my stupid behind, I jumped into it, and I'm just, it was bad. So I
Yeah.
know now, I learned from my mistake because ended up getting a whole bunch of direct messages later with a whole bunch of people calling me everything under the sun, but anything derogatory. They're like, Griffey, he goes for this much, and especially if it was slab, and I'm just like, now y'all tell me. So that's one.
Oh man.
Okay, let's fast forward a couple of years. Trying to get my hands on another Griffey. So I go into a thrift shop and I saw a 1989 box of Upper Deck. Okay. Now it seemed a little suspect to me because it didn't have the actual manufactured wrapping around
Yeah.
it. It had some type of makeshift stuff.
Yeah.
So I picked it up. I think I paid like $70 for the whole set. Okay, so here I'm thinking, okay, I think I either struck gold or the person who sold it to me don't know what they actually have.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought the box home, and lo and behold, it was a 89 Upper Deck box, but the cards were not 89.
Ugh.
The cards were
Ouch.
92.
Ouch.
Okay, so that was issue number two.
Yeah.
Now it's going to start getting a little juicy. 2011. We know what card came out of the Topps flagship for that year.
Yeah. Oh God.
So I bought a whole bunch of retail hangers, blasters, and I think I bought a couple of megas too. I
We
never
didn't talk about
knew.
these before we started, guys. And for those of you listening and not watching, I'm holding my heart right now.
Not knowing what I know, if I knew now what I would have known then, we would not be having this discussion. Okay,
Oh
but
my
yet
God.
I was completely against redemptions. So one day I bought five hanger boxes, and out of those five hanger boxes, I happened to pull out a baby blue card, and it said, "Congratulations, you are to receive a Mike Trout rookie card, red auto." In my mind, I thought it was a scam, so I ripped it up and I threw it away.
No,
I
no.
did. I did. It. I was. Yeah. To answer your question, Will, yeah, I do. I actually do have a Griffey now,
I can't
but
breathe. I can't breathe.
no, I know.
Oh my God.
So I could have had a Trout rookie with an auto on it. Okay.
So,
This is why I text you earlier and saying I don't like you.
oh no.
Okay, so
So
that
I'm
was
sure
what,
not
one,
anymore,
two.
but you mean to tell me then that there was a red auto redemption, like Trout card that was at Tops that never got redeemed because you.
I mean,
Wow.
think about it. You get these random emails, you get these random letters or whatever that says, "Hey, you've been randomly selected for this." You
Yeah.
know, me not
Oh,
having any exposure to pulling redemptions, I just thought that was another method of scamming.
oh
So
my
I threw it
God.
out. Okay.
So this wasn't supposed to be a competition today, but you win.
Yeah,
You won. Oh
I
my
still got
god.
two more.
I'm
So
gonna
that
go
was
buy a card and like for your condolences and mail
yeah.
that to you. Oh my god, that's oh.
It hurts the soul. I
I'm
mean,
like physically ill right now from that story.
yeah. And
Oh
then
man.
I also had an issue where, in case I never mentioned it, what led me to get back into the hobby, I started out with vintage. Okay.
Nice.
Um, and I stumbled across a particular section or whatnot that he had a whole bunch of cards all over the place. So I'm going through everything, checking out what he has and everything. Now, what caught my eye was, and I'm sure nobody has probably seen it because it's just that rare, a 1911 George Close candy, which was known back then as the E94 Ty
Yeah.
Cobb.
Oh.
Okay. The price on it that the guy was asking for was 225. So I bought it, no problem.
Yeah.
It was in a no, it was in a screw down.
Yeah.
So I brought it home, took it out of that screw down, put it in a new one, try to make it look pretty and whatnot. So I thought, okay, maybe this will be what I need to jumpstart collecting the set. After seeing the 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 checklist of the set and the prices associated with it, something wasn't jiving with me. So basically, I tried to sell the Thai Cobb, and which I did. I was able to sell it for $500. So as soon as I mailed out the card, I think I mailed it out like 2 days later, and I did it 3 days shipping. The guy emails me back and pretty much cursed me out. Come to find out that the card was fake would be an understatement.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
So he dug into me pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me, what did I pay for it? And I'm like, hell, I thought it was a deal when he said 225.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some searching for today, and come to find out that very same card, authentic, in a PSA 1, it goes for almost $1,800. A PSA 9 is commanding six figures.
Yeah.
So I learned a lesson the hard way about if the price sounds too good to be true,
Yeah, it
don't
probably is.
even do it. If
Dang.
so, I was out $225. The guy who I sold the card to, I gave him back his money because it was the right thing to do,
Yeah.
and I was out of a fake card.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
my stupid behind asked him, "Are you gonna send it back?" He goes, "No.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna send you something fake and so what? So he
Yeah.
could get somebody else,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?" And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And
That
now it yeah.
yeah. That's
Now this one, it started out kind of crappy, but I made it a priority to make it right. So the day that I went to go see my oldest son graduate college, the day prior to that, I wanted to go to a car show, go buy some stuff. I managed to buy a 1948 Leaf Babe Ruth. Okay.
oh
And
wow.
I spent $450 on it. And this was about 10 years ago ish.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm like, all right, cool. So later on down the road, I don't know what possessed me, but I ended up flipping it for the same amount. When I tell you that I had seller's remorse,
Yeah.
I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't do anything for
Yeah.
literally a month straight.
Yeah.
And I've been for all that time. I mean, I've been divorced now for forever. But even after that time, I try to go to all these various car shows and try to find this car so I can go ahead and bring it back home where it belongs, because not many people can say they actually have one.
Yeah.
So I went to a car show just before I left New York to come to Florida, and
Yay.
it's not the same price that I paid the first time though.
Yeah.
This one,
Well,
it actually cost me $1,200.
yeah. Uh, it does suck that you had to pay more for it, but is that really a regret? I'm like so happy you have that. I feel like you ended that on a kind of a good note showing that card right now.
It,
That's
yeah,
that's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome. What a cool
and it,
card. Um,
and like I said, if I would have known then what I know now, a lot of those mistakes would have never happened.
well, you said it. You said it right there. Don't we all wish we could go back for a lot of things,
Definitely.
but freaking 1948 was 1948 Leaf. Is that what you said that was? Oh,
Hmm.
so
Babe Ruth's
cool.
final card.
That is so cool. I've only seen like the Babe Ruth cards like that. Like I think when I went to Vegas, there's some card shops that have them almost like museum type stuff, which rightfully so. I feel like that's museum quality
Yeah,
stuff, and
something
I
like that. You would expect to find kind of like in like a Smithsonian or something that you would actually see in Cooperstown.
exactly like forget that when you like see like a Babe Ruth autograph or if
Yeah,
you met all that like that stuff. I mean, like I said before, I get chills, I get goosebumps from like the history and some like a sports card investor did that videos that week with the guy with the biggest like vintage
I
collection and
saw that, and I'm not even
oh
done with it yet.
and that guy seemed like such a cool dude. He seems like he just generally loved to collect, and he was talking about like you don't have to have things in a PSA 10 to
Yeah,
enjoy. You have a piece of history. He's like, I just happen to be very fortunate, and his collection was just jaw dropping.
we
Of
had a request on the podcast last week. Fraylin, are you in here?
I think Braylon's in here, man. Yeah,
I want to make sure that he's actually in here before I show him what he wanted to see.
yeah,
Fraylin, let me know you in here.
yeah. Give us a hey brother, hey sister in the chat in
Something.
all capitals for me. um,
So while we're waiting for him to reply, but
yeah,
I mean, ultimately, the my biggest regret was getting rid of that redemption card. I mean,
yeah.
it, I would have put that because I literally ripped it up in pure regression, just doing
Thinking it
all
was a
that,
scam. Yeah.
and it's just crazy. I don't know,
You're not
but
invisible, Trev. I see you in here. Sorry, I'm just reading off comments here. Vogs wants to send you a picture of his Yankee
if
vintage card.
Yankee Vincent, hey, go ahead,
I'm
man, by
sure.
all means.
I'm sure he does want to see it.
But y'all
Um,
can let Fraylin know if you see him that I showed these.
oh man.
That's one, and that's the other.
Dude, are those reprints?
No.
Those are real?
Yes.
Okay, podcast listeners, he just showed a 52 mantle, 51 Bowman mantle.
Those are the ones that my grandfather has given me that everybody's been beating me up about why they're not graded.
Oh my God. Well, you do whatever you want with them. I'm very excited that you have those. Those are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the camera and we don't have the best like quality. So that's why I asked if they were reprints, because I didn't know if I didn't know he was just going to drop bombs, 2 bombs in a row like that.
Fraylin wanted me to show them so he could see them. I think it was last week or our first episode. Didn't have them on hand, so I figure I'll bring them out now.
I have one really cool vintage rookie, or not rookie, I'm sorry, Yankee card that I really want to show if I can find it really fast. If not, I'll show it next week. Vintage. Got to move all the Bobachettes out of the way.
Yeah, they're taking up too much room.
Oh man.
But overall, though, I mean, I've been focusing more on the modern stuff nowadays, but I would say I do have a pretty decent vintage collection. Like, I've got a nice chunk of T206s. Got a 56 Jackie Robinson. I got a 48 Leaf Satchel Paige. So if I find something that catches my eye, yeah, I would definitely pick it up. So it really all depends. And I don't get them for the flipping aspect. I get it, my personal opinion, for the history behind it.
Yes, I 100% agree. I can't find this quickly right now, so I'm not gonna. I'll show that off next week for sure. I've got I think it's a 61 Roger Maris card.
Nice.
Freaking love it. I love it. It's so cool.
Breaking news: Houston's up 3-0.
Yes, I've been watching that. I keep meaning to step in and say it. They were talking about hitting double. They had a lot of doubles going earlier. I know Altuve. We got Kyle Schwarber up right now. Looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be another exciting one for sure.
I would take the pictures raw, Vogs, meaning no sleeve on them, just to prevent the glare. And then once you're done with the picture, go ahead and sleeve them up.
For sure. Good advice. Good advice.
But yeah, just so you know, though, Adrian, I don't like you for bringing up this topic, okay? Because it's a wound that's not gonna heal.
I hear ya.
You know, here I am thinking, okay, maybe Adrian had a real bad, no crap, there I was moment, but no. Yeah. I would take yours any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Oh man, there was another big regret one. You made me think about it when you were talking about they had the card in the screw down.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Ricky Henderson's my favorite baseball player of all time. Love my A's. Ricky Henderson. He was just loved watching. I can't remember who gave me. Probably my uncle gave me a Ricky Henderson rookie card, 1980 tops.
Okay.
And I was like, that was just one of my rail cards. And, you know how those screw downs were back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, screw down's nice. I'm going to put this card in there. And it flattens the card out, And I remember, growing up and I'm like, oh, man, better make sure it's still tight,
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got back in the grading game, I didn't know about altered cards just yet or anything like that. Sure enough, I send it in and it comes back altered, and I'm like, what? This is fake. I thought altered. I didn't know what it meant just yet. I'm like, this is fake. This can't be fake. Well, and I get into it. You start, get back into it, the whole process. Like, oh, it's altered because I smashed the crap out of it in my really fancy screw down over all those years. So. Crazy. Oh, we got extreme card breaks in the house. Thanks for stopping in today, guys. Talk about a great channel to check out for making sure whether or not vintage is fake or not. And he does he's got really cool PSA reveals, SGC reveals. Does a scam thing every now and again.
I just joined this Discord.
Yeah. Oh, cool. He talks about card shows every week. He's old. He's been collecting. He's not old. I'm sorry. That coming. I mean, he's old school. Like he's been
He's
collecting
seasoned.
forever. So, excited to have him in here today. Okay, so hobby regrets. That was fun. Let's wrap up the show with our favorite community videos of the week. So we were discussing some of the videos we watched this week, and definitely Ethan Sports Cards 2022 Chronicles hobby box made the list for us.
Yeah.
I don't think I read his entire like title for that, and I didn't even the first pack. I was already like, "Whoa, that's an amazing card! Like, how could it get any better than that?" And it did, and it was just amazing. Definitely check that out. Link is in the description to that video. Ethan Sports Cards. He just recently got 12,000 subscribers too. He's been on YouTube for a minute. He does Elvis impressions as well, like Elvis singing. So, but Sports Cards is his gig now, and he is a super fun guy to watch. Super nice guy. He has a Discord as well. He's in the Card Community Discord, which is also linked in my description. Mr. Enfuego created that. Make sure you guys check it out. Come say hi to us in there. There's lots of fun content in there. That was one of our videos this week. Oh, another video I wanted to talk about, and it's going to be another topic I think next week. I really want to get the communities. Actually, I'm really stoked that Extreme Card Breaks is here because maybe he can weigh in on this. Jebin and I don't if you guys have ever seen any of my PSA reveal videos, Jebin and I, he's a friend of mine that we collect cards together. We got back into this gig pretty much together. We both work together, and somebody turned him on to a gentleman he has a YouTube channel called Kurt's Card Care. And what he does is he has a kit where he basically like repairs cards. So you get like some of your Topps chromes with streaks and divots on them. It's almost like a polish, almost like car wax, something he made himself where he like puts this stuff on the cards and like polishes them off and like at the very least makes them pop. Yeah. So I followed this guy. I actually ordered the kit because I was watching his videos because he doesn't trim the cards or anything like that. He's not cutting anything. I've seen him do things where he'll take the blue tape and he'll go around the edges to like clean up all the little loose frays. Then he takes like an applicator very similar to like a Q-tip with like almost like car wax, it looks like, puts it on there and polishes them off. There's a lot of videos on that.
Technically, he is doctoring.
Is that considered doctoring?
Like it's not if you're using some form of chemical of any sort to revitalize a card, if you will, and I'm using the word very loosely, it's doctoring. Because I'm almost certain it's the substance that is used to actually clean it. It'll show up. It's kind of like, okay, you ever go to a doctor and they tell you don't drink anything the night prior, and the day of they have you drink some kind of dye before you go under the screen. Same concept. Consider whatever substance that person is using to make the card look better as that dye. It's gonna pop up in whatever system that respective grading company is gonna use, and you'll get it'll get slabbed, but it's gonna say altered.
Okay. So this is learning for me because I wasn't sure like if this was considered doctoring the card. And I see Extreme Card Break says anything on the altar is correct. It wouldn't be caught using that stuff. Some other people are like wax is definitely doctoring. Okay, yep. I'm just learning. I'm glad I asked. I'm very curious. Maybe I will do a video on this.
If you are adding something to that particular baseball card or any card that was not there originally, you are altering its appearance.
Alternate. Okay, so say that you get like a Topps Chrome card, and and it's got like the streaky lines on it from the
print
machine or
lines,
something like that.
right?
And you're wiping them off, like to get rid of them.
If they go away with you taking like a microfiber cloth, that is not altering. That's a
Okay,
residue
but you're
that you're
talking about
getting
if
off.
I put like wax and stuff.
But now, if you see a print line and you try to take something clear to fill that print line with, then you're altering.
Okay, fair enough. We don't alter cards. I don't want to. I'm not
you
going to
alter them, but if you plan on sending it to PSA, don't be surprised when you get a grade something other than altered.
Yeah, I'm curious. When I was watching his video, I was curious what happened when and if he sends these cards in, or if he's just doing it for his own personal collection to make his cards look nicer. Which, if you're doing it for your own personal,
if he's going to those lengths to make his cards look pretty, I'm thinking he's doing it just for display purposes.
Yeah. So there's something else people use prior to that. It was wax for cards. I knew a lot who used it. Okay.
I know about that too. Extreme card breaks. A lot of people use all types of wax to fill in those print lines or any indentations in the cards, just to make it look flat as possible. But with how technology has revolutionized over the years, you put that card under the I'm gonna call it the grading sonogram. It's gonna light up like a damn light bulb.
Hobby is wacky. I'm just reading some of the commentary. First, I appreciate you all educating me. I really do, because I was like, I had never seen this before. I would never think to do that. Of course, I would never think to trim a card either. But I was just like, huh, like the divots.
So you don't know the story about the first T206 Hannes Wagner?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna send you something offline, but the first T206 that Hannes Wagner that sold for, I think it was $1.8 million. It was trimmed before it was graded, but PSA never caught it.
Okay. I like what Extreme Card Race put. One of the biggest group submitters was banned maybe 2 years ago for putting wax. Okay. I got research to do. I have some videos to watch after this because I'm super intrigued by this now. Like, the Honus Wagner got popular on the trim mostly because who bought it.
And I don't remember who bought it, but he did some serious trimming on it, and yeah, it was real controversial. As a matter of fact, this is the book that explains the story behind that Hannes Wagner card.
Okay.
Nice. And I don't remember. Bill Mastro, that's who it was.
Okay.
He's the one. He was notorious of doing whatever it took to sexify cards and put them up for auction and make a killing.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. The other video I wanted to talk about today, to end it on a cool note, I thought, was Hobby Hound did a video on Topps Redemptions. Hobby Hound is a gentleman in the community, awesome videos, awesome guy who has been collecting for years. He's just been doing it his whole life. And through the years, he had gotten several Topps Redemption cards and hobby boxes and such. And sometimes he would scratch them off and he would mess up the code. And he thought, well, that's it with that. He didn't know about contacting Topps and stuff. And I mean, this is through the years, so things could have been different years ago. So, but he did save them all. And, everyone was like, oh, send them in to Topps or contact Topps. Well, he did. He sent in 7 different Topps Redemptions that were all expired. And they sent him back 7 different. Now they weren't the cards that he originally got the
redemptions called for.
Yeah, this was all like fairly new stuff, and I put the link for that video. I would definitely check it out because that was definitely a cool move by Topps. Definitely a cool move. There's another video that's linked in that video that I also want people to check out where it was a Topps Is it 2020? I think it was a 2020 Topps Chrome box at Hobby Box that he opened for a friend that bought it from him. And it had 5. So the Topps Jumbo, I think, have the 5 autos in it. And 4 of them were the same exact guy. Same exact card, same exact auto. So I think he contacted about Topps about that as well. And he's got the video showing him opening the seal and all that stuff. But anyways, that sucked. 4 of the same auto. Demo was actually the one that bought the box. I'm so sorry, Demo.
Yeah.
But that, I think he's working on that. The redemptions he got from Topps on those redemption, that he said in, were awesome as well. I want you guys to check out that video. There was some cool stuff in there. That was a fun video this week. I hope you guys will enjoy that. All the links and such are in the description. Guys, consider joining the Cardmunity Inc. Discord. You can talk to us all there, ask us questions. We would appreciate to have you there. Check out our Instagrams also. You can contact us on there. Be sure to subscribe to our channels. Please remember to tap that like button. Appreciate you guys all so much. Was it 3-0 last I saw, currently in the World Series? I got a commercial right now, but I believe it was 3-0.
I believe that was the last score.
This is
still 3-0.
Still 3-0. Mr. Fuego, thank you again so much for doing this with me every week. I have so much fun doing this. I'm still learning so much about the hobby. Appreciate it. So appreciate you. Appreciate everybody so much. We're gonna have funner. No hobby regrets next week. We'll talk about cool cards in our collection or something of that nature, something fun. And yeah, you got anything else you would like to add at the end of the podcast here, my man?
None. I mean, we pretty much covered everything. This so far sets a record. We're at almost an hour and 13 minutes into the podcast.
Awesome. It just went by so fast.
It did.
It went by so fast. Awesome. Well, you guys, if you were able to hang out today, thank you so much for watching. If you are maybe catching the playback, or if you didn't know, you can listen to us on any of your favorite podcast formats. I believe we just got approved by Apple as well, so we're going to be coming up on Apple Podcast as well now. I can't wait to take a picture of that and put it up on my Instagram.
I did get an email from Buzzsprout, I think it's called, and we've already had 25 downloads.
Yeah, I got that too. So yeah, you can Spotify, all that stuff. You guys check us out in the podcast forum as well. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And check out our sweet outro today too that Mr. Infuego did. Oh my God, I don't have it. Where's my outro? Oh no. I don't have it. I'm a liar. I don't know what I did with it. Wait. No, wait. Wait, is this it? Nope, I don't have it. I'm stuck at my job. So we're just gonna end on thank you guys so much. Have a great day. We'll catch you all on the next one.
Definitely.